Hello and welcome to Nationwide on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. I'm Ayodeji Makinde. The Buhari Media Organization, BMO, says the reduction in the number of out-of-school children in Nigeria by more than 3 million is a major achievement by the President Muhammadu Buhari administration. The group in a statement says it was a major task carried out by the federal government by bringing down the figure from 10.1 million out-of-school children to 6.9 million in the last 1 year. BMO explains that the reduction was achieved through the Ministerial Strategic Plan on Out-of-School Children, which was introduced at the onset of President Buhari's second term in office. The group also assures Nigerians that the Buhari's administration will not relent in efforts to ensure that the number of out-of-school children keeps going down. The devastating effects of COVID-19 on all spheres of human life is enormous. The education sector, which has the potential to fast-track restoration of normalcy, is even worse hit, especially in poor countries where the application of technology to keep teaching and learning going is lacking. On the occasion of the 3rd United Nations International Day of Education, stakeholders are asking the world to double investment in education as it offers the surest path to speedy development slowed down by the pandemic. Kelvin Ebonwaye reports.
It is generally believed that education is the foundation of development. However, in an era of a pandemic where education processes around the world have been disrupted, a greater attention to recover and revitalize it so that it can continue to perform its role of fast-tracking development is needed. In poor countries, where the number of out-of-school children and illiteracy are still high, coupled with poor infrastructure to support technology application, sustaining quality teaching and learning in a pandemic is a huge challenge.
As the virus is changing, as it's mutating, as it's changing its own structure, we have to, at the same time, change how do we manage our education. The infrastructure that is available in most of the Nigerian public university cannot sustain this. The private university are costing them because one, they have limited number of students. Two, they have limited number of courses. So you cannot compare that with our large universities.
The United Nations is also using this year's event to explore how education can be used to achieve global peace, a vital factor for sustainable development. Again, the school environment is believed to offer a window of possibilities for this.
We do even advise that state government could encourage the establishment of peace clubs in school where children have something to do from very tender age, knowing more about peace as they are learning. That aspect of peace must be introduced in our curriculum.
The issue of peace is a vital issue, and peace education is needed.
The theme for this year's International Day of Education is Recover and Revitalize Education for the COVID-19 Generation. In Abuja, Kelvin Ebonwaye, NTA News.
Tertiary institutions in Imo State are set to commence academic activities after the prolonged shutdown following the outbreak of COVID-19 and strike by the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU. Reina Ohiri, who visited some of the institutions, has details.
All is now set for the long-awaited resumption at the various tertiary institutions in Imo State. A visit to Federal University of Technology Owerri and the Imo State University shows that life is beginning to return to the institutions, as some students were seen hanging around the classroom blocks and hostel areas. Cleaners were also busy ensuring that the school environment is conducive for the returning students, while the buildings were also being retouched.
We have waited for long to come back to school to finish up with our academics, so I am super excited.
I'm prepared. Let's say 60%, though not fully prepared due to normal daily schedule and out of school activities. I've been prepared though. Most of the times at night I read.
I'm happy, I'm feeling good because I'm already tired of home and I feel like I'm meant to move forward.
Reacting to the level of readiness ahead of formal resumption, on Monday, 25th January 2021.
I have already summoned an emergency Senate meeting where that decision was taken and the timetable for resumption approved. So we are resuming on Monday.
We have phased our resumption into two. We are going to start with the final years as a 500 level students, 400 level students, and 300 level students. Those are the ones that will come in by Monday.
While the students look forward to commencement of classes, one can only hope that adherence to COVID-19 measures will be taken seriously. In Owerri, Rina Ohiri, NTA News.
The Federal Road Safety Corps, Akwa Ibom State Command, says it recorded 91 road traffic crashes and 21 deaths in the year 2020. The sector commander, Oga Ochi, disclosed this while reviewing the activities of the command and prospects for year 2021 amidst second wave of COVID-19. Wisdom Jacob tells us more.
The Federal Road Safety Corps was established with statutory responsibilities for road safety administration by making the highways safe for motorists and other road users, as well as checking roadworthiness of vehicles. In its effort to perform its responsibilities, the Akwa Ibom State Command of the Federal Road Safety Corps made total arrest of 9,454 road traffic offenders in 2020. Between December 12, 2020 and January 15, 2021, the command arrested 557 persons for violating various traffic rules, 47 for overloading and contravening COVID-19 protocols, 83 without driver's license, and 110 without seat belts.
We had across the state 8 record of crashes during the period. Of the 8, we had 2 of the 8 that were fatal. In other words, there was loss of life in 2 incidences.
While attributing COVID-19 and people's patronage of illegal parks as some of the challenges in the year under review, the sector commander reeled out programs for year 2021.
We have deployed our men to all the local governments of the state. The 31 local governments of the state now have the presence of the Federal Road Safety Corps personnel.
Despite challenges, the command also recorded successes in the course of their duty, which include promotion of staff and conducive working environment. In Uyo, Wisdom Jacob, NTA News.
And now, the NCDC, that's the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, has confirmed 1,633 new cases of COVID-19 in Nigeria as at 23rd of January 2021. A breakdown shows that Lagos State has 498, Plateau has 214, FCT 176, Rivers 99, Kaduna 98, Edo 87, Anambra 86, Akwa Ibom 50, Osun 47, Kano 40, Oyo 40, Kwara 39, Ebonyi 28, Niger State 28, Taraba State 28, 27 cases were recorded in Ogun State, while 21 was recorded in Ondo. Ekiti State has 12, while Katsina has 7. Borno has 6 cases and Delta State recorded 2 cases. With these figures so far, the nation has recorded 120,602 confirmed cases, with 95,901 discharged and 1,502 deaths. Now, have you heard of the term silent killer diseases? Do you know some of these diseases and why they are silent killers? Experts say some of these ailments that are usually overlooked by the average Nigerian are stacking up alarming death toll across the country. Chidiebere Onya interfaced with some medical experts on ways these diseases can be detected and its possible management.
Various Both reports and research have shown that more people die each year from hepatitis B, high blood pressure, diabetes, fatty liver disease, osteoporosis, coronary artery disease, obstructive sleeping apnea, and some other diseases which are on the silent killers list in Nigeria. More worrisome is that the number of people affected keep rising due to what experts tagged nonchalant attitude towards comprehensive and routine medical checkups by some Nigerians.
When you get to the hospital, sit down and have a nurse or a doctor check your blood pressure, do a simple blood sugar test when you wake up in the morning without eating or drinking anything.
Every other chronic condition that people carry without even understanding.
Sadly, many people are wallowing in a knowledge gap of some of these silent killer diseases, while those who are aware often neglect to give it the attention it deserves.
I check myself from time to time. I even run the computer checkup. I go for a medical checkup.
So we use the body every day, just like we use our cars. So just the same way you do with your cars, you go for regular checkup.
Going by the popular saying that prevention is better than cure, medical experts maintain that regular health examination can help detect health problems before they become complicated and sometimes untreatable. In Port Harcourt, Chidiebere Onyia, NTA News.
Corps member builds disinfection booth in Lagos. Dotun is standing by in our Lagos Network Center for details of this and more. But what a shade of the same color, Dotun. Hello.
Thank you, Ayodeji, and welcome. A locally fabricated automated COVID-19 disinfectant booth has been inaugurated at the Iyanokpaja Orientation Camp of the National Youth Service Corps in Lagos. Justin Moses reports that the machine was manufactured by Corps members serving in the state.
The locally designed and fabricated automated disinfection machine by the 2019 Batch C and 2020 Batch A Corps members serving in Mushin local government area of Lagos is a timely intervention aimed at containing the spread of the virus in the orientation camp.
Extract data like how many people have used this device. You can extract data like of those people that has used it, how many of them are sick and how many of them are healthy.
Nothing. Can we actually have something that be gaseous that actually people won't feel irritated when they are being sprayed? So we actually come about, let's do something gaseous. We actually want something that's going to be like 3-in-1 project. So we put the temperature sensor there also.
The intellectual piece, the state coordinator of NYSC, Eddie Megwa, noted is an indication of what Nigerian youths can achieve if encouraged.
Interesting thing about what you are seeing is that they have used local content in building this.
The fabrication is expected to reduce spread of COVID-19 in the camp as Corps members had been reported to be infected in orientation camps across the country. In Lagos, Jesuita Moses, NTA News.
A 2-week training program has been organized at the Administrative Staff College of Nigeria for all chief executive officers in government parastatals and agencies across the country to develop strategic leadership and management competences for the overall benefit of the nation. Uzezi Arure has details.
In pursuance of the federal government's economic diversification agenda and strategic repositioning of agencies across the nation, chief executive officers in public sectors are from time to time exposed to new ways of doing things.
The public service in its entirety is a culture guided by fundamental rules and regulations enshrined in federal government documents that oversees the operation of the service.
The program will afford the CEOs the opportunity to sharpen their skills for effective running of their organizations within the purview of laid-down rules. They will also develop deeper understanding of their mandates in alignment with the goals and objectives of government.
To achieve their objectives, the course content is made up of 6 modules, which have been selected to cover essential aspects of public sector management and leadership.
We are grateful to the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari for finding us worthy to serve.
and for the immeasurable support availed us as a college.
The Administrative Staff College of Nigeria, ASCON, was established to carry out a tripartite mandate of training, research and consultancy in all spheres of the nation's economy. In Lagos, Uzezi Arure, NTA News.
And that's it from here. Let's now take a break. Nationwide will continue shortly.
A new edition of TV Guide is out with special focus on the game changer, His Excellency Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State. Broadcasting in a digital economy, Maxwell Logo gives an insight. This edition also features Nancy Naji of AIT, a name synonymous with business. Meet the NCDC boss, Dr. Chikwe Ihekweazu. TV Guide, your indispensable companion, also x-rays the relevance of social media in the modern society. Meet some TV professionals who have impacted their spaces and other inspiring stories in sports, entertainment, and lots more. Grab a copy at the vendor near you or NTA stations nationwide. TV Guide, your indispensable companion.
Life can be very eventful. We curiously expect things to happen, even when we don't know what. Our human nature makes us like and repost lots of information. Some are unverified, inciting anger and hate. Sometimes innocently, other times the urge to break it first. This, in most cases, has caused destruction in many nations.
Wonderful news. The village headmaster is coming back to your screen. Mo wire abi mi o wire. Teacher yo mo, a fẹ́ lọ wá nǹkan jẹ. Teacher yo mo, a fẹ́ lọ wá nǹkan jẹ. Ọmọ onírẹsì ti dé.
Ajebo na better school for last gidi. Not be all this on a rugged school for Ijabi. I don't know for you.
Second, it's called Oja Village. Kadesi. We know happy at all.
And I know that even you too, you are getting a lot of orders too. Hey, we are trying, Shao. Sweep her leg out. She was standing there. Sweep it.
I love you so much.
And how did I give you the impression that I was interested in that position?
50-year anniversary.
You mean anniversary?
I mean, I talk with that now.
Not for me. Not for me because of Pamio.
You're welcome back. A forward operational base of the Nigeria Immigration Service has been inaugurated in Ilase area of Idiroko Control Post of Ogun State for enhanced policing. This is to checkmate irregular migration, human trafficking and other cross-border crimes. Tokpe Alabi reports.
3 local government areas in Ogun State, including Ipokia, Yewa North, and Imekwafon, share extensive borderline with the Republic of Benin, with several unauthorized routes that require the presence of border patrol officers to prevent illegal entry and exit.
So that they can make good use of it to serve Nigeria better.
The inauguration of this forward operation base in Ilashe area under Idiroko control post by the Comptroller General of the Nigeria Immigration Service, Muhammad Babandede, is to provide accommodation for personnel within the operational area for enhanced migration management, combating trafficking in persons and smuggling of migrants and other forms of cross-border crimes.
The idea is to provide opportunity for law enforcement to patrol along the planks where people will not normally follow the normal route. Idiroko is around the corner, but some people will not like to go and present themselves before an immigration officer or even before a custom officer. As I said, this forward operation is going to be operated by immigration, but it's for the interest of all law enforcement.
The forward operational base, among other things, comprises 18 buildings installed with split air conditioners, fully furnished 32-bed senior and junior staff quarters, clinic, chapel, mosque, standby generator, solar inverter systems, and a functional borehole for water supply.
I wish to assure you and the NI stock management that this facility will be put to proper use by the border patrol personnel.
Represented by the Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Ogun State Governor Dakpo Abiodun, and the Onu of Ilaro commended the step taken to stem the nefarious activities of hoodlums in the border areas. The first forward operational base was inaugurated in October 2019 at Ojaudon in the state. From Ilashe, Tokbe Alabi, NTA News.
In another development, the Nigerian Navy NNS Pathfinder Port Harcourt has handed over a seized motor vessel MV Dandelion Grace to the Nigerian Maritime Agency, NIMASA, for alleged violation of maritime safety protocols. This was after the conclusion of preliminary investigation into the suspicious tampering with the vessel's automatic identification system, AIS. Kingsley Amajiri reports.
MV Dandelion Grace was granted approval to load automated gasoline oil AGO from a storage plant and discharge same to a customer. But the vessel allegedly switched off its automatic identification system while at sea, violating the nation's maritime protocols. A swift response from the Nigerian Navy led to the arrest of the vessel and subsequent investigation.
The vessel was discovered to have switched off her automatic identification system from the evening of 29th September to the morning of 30th September 2020. This aroused suspicion that the vessel might have proceeded in the stealth mode to engage in illegalities.
We have laws in Nigeria. If they find culpable, they will prosecute it immediately. Otherwise, computer investigations and do what's necessary.
This handover to NIMASA is in line with the harmonized standard operating procedure on arrest, detention, and prosecution of suspected vessels in the Nigerian maritime. In Port Harcourt, Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
Still on security matters, the multinational joint task force is seeking support from the United Kingdom government in the ongoing fight against terrorism in the Lake Chad region. A statement by the Chief Military Public Information Office, MNJTF HQ in N'Djamena, Chad, Colonel Mohammed Doli, indicates that the commander of the task force, Major General Ibrahim Manu Yusuf, Deputy Defense Advisor at the British High Commission in Nigeria, Lieutenant Colonel Bobby Gillespie, and the representative of Lake Chad Basin Commission are meeting in N'Djamena, Chad, and Maiduguri, Borno State to further solicit intervention to enhance the ongoing sub-regional fight against terrorism. Colonel Doli notes that the UK government had supported the MNJTF through the provision of operational vehicles, rough terrain motorcycles, communication equipment, among other items. Zamfara State Governor Bello Muhammad has ordered for immediate release of foodstuff and other essential items to the persons displaced by the recent armed bandits attack on some communities in Maru and Maradun local government areas of the state. The governor, who was in the areas to commiserate with the victims, also said military personnel will be stationed there to restore normalcy. Haliru Muhammad Umar has more.
No fewer than 4 communities were recently attacked by bandits in Maru local government area of Zamfara state, where authorities confirmed the death of 35 persons and the displacement of many others. Governor Bello Muhammad, accompanied by 12 government officials and heads of security agencies in the state, was at the affected areas to commiserate with members of the communities and to reassure them of government renewed commitment to achieving lasting peace. The governor, who addressed the IDPs at Ashalafia Kanonwa Primary School in Maru local government area, ordered for immediate release of foodstuffs and other essential items to the victims. He said military will be stationed in the area to restore normalcy so that the IDPs could be returned to their respective villages. Governor Bello Muhammad was also at Jambako district in Maradun local government area where a similar incident occurred.
We are going to provide adequate security to come to Jambako and remain here. So I ask the people to supply all information and credible intelligence to the security that will be posted to this district.
The emirs of Maru and Maradun, Alhaji Abubakar Gadu and Alhaji Garba Tambari, commended the governor for his swift response to the plight of their subjects and assured him of continued support to the peace process. Meanwhile, Governor Bello Muhammad has commiserated with the emir of Kauranamuda, Alhaji Sanusi Muhammad Asha, over the recent attack on his convoy by bandits along Zaria Funtua Road, which claimed 8 persons, including 3 police officers. In Gusau, Haliru Muhammad Umar, NTA News.
Victims of last year's rainstorm in Ilorin West local government area of Kwara State and internally displaced persons, IDPs, have received food and non-food items to alleviate their sufferings. Iyabodi Olorunshola reports that the items were distributed courtesy of the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons.
It would be recalled that many residential buildings and public infrastructures were severely damaged by rainstorm in October last year in parts of Ilorin. As part of its mandate, the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons, with the support of the federal government, has commenced the distribution of the first phase of the palliatives, with Asa local government as next set of beneficiaries.
This is the second in the series of intervention. Last year, March specifically, the lives of persons of concerns were touched in Patiji local government area and likewise Ilorin East local government area of Kwara State.
I'm advising them to make use of the items judiciously and not for commercial.
Items distributed include grains such as maize, rice, vegetable and palm oil. Other items are mattresses, mats and sewing machines. Aminat Imam Jima, representing her household, is one of the beneficiaries of the federal government's palliatives to the affected rainstorm victims.
Most of the rainstorm that happened last year, most of us have mended our house. The food are too much expensive now. When we were given this food, it will help the family, it will help our community and our environment at large.
We will not be searching for food again. This item will go a long way. We are appreciating the federal government for this benefit.
Iyabodi Olorunshola, NTA News.
Katsina governor's wife donates to the physically challenged in the state. Let's now join Amina for more reports from that axis. It's over to you, Amina.
Many thanks, Ayodeji. Welcome to Kaduna. Wife of Katsina State Governor Zakiya Aminu Masari has provided more than 100 mobility cart machines to the physically challenged in Katsina North Senatorial District to alleviate their transportation difficulties. Awal Haliru reports that the distribution was held in Daura, Katsina State.
Work on the 375-kilometer Abuja-Kaduna-Kano dual carriageway sure and steady. A major link to northwest and northeast states and beyond. Bala Smart, who has been plying the road for more than 10 years now, is of the view that With the progress being made on work, the plight of motorists on the road will soon be history.
Government are trying, but they have to try more harder.
We thank God. The work is going on and everything is smooth, unlike before.
The contractor is bringing in more equipment and then bringing in more gangs that will hasten the process of execution. But having regard to the quality requirements that should be put in place, we believe the job will be delivered in time.
Director of Highways and Rehabilitation in the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, Funsho Adebiyi, says the federal government and contractors are working to meet the deadline and at the same time subjecting the work to quality assurance tests for efficient service delivery.
When you see the network of roads in Abuja, you can see that they are very strong and they are stood the test of time. That is a similar thing you are going to see at the end of the day.
The reconstruction of roads across the country, he says, is simultaneously going, assuring that they are striving to increase the pace of the work. In Kaduna, Adamu Sunday, NTA News.
We apologize for the mix-up. That story was from the reconstruction of highways Abuja, Kaduna, Kano by Adamu Sunday. Wife of Katsina State Governor Zakiya Aminu Masari has provided more than 100 mobility cart machines to the physically challenged in Katsina North Senatorial District to alleviate their transportation difficulties. Awal Haliru reports that the distribution was held in Daura, Katsina State.
The 100 mobility cart machines provided to the physically challenged persons are aimed at assisting in transporting them to schools and other necessary places. The beneficiaries include both males and females who were selected from across the Katsina Senatorial District. Launching the distribution exercise, the wife of the governor, Zakiya Aminu Masari, said the donation is part of her Women and Youth Empowerment Initiative, which is geared towards assisting the physically challenged persons.
It is my hope to transform and enhance the society through empowerment and touching the lives of the most vulnerable class to be role models.
The Speaker, Katsina State House of Assembly, Tasu Umegarizango, who accompanied the wife of the governor, commended her for the assistance, saying that it will go a long way in alleviating their transportation problems. He called on the beneficiaries to make judicious use of the cart machines given to them. Also speaking, Special Advisor to the Governor Political, Kabir Shaibu, said such initiatives assist immensely in empowering the beneficiaries economically. Awal Haliru, NTA News.
And that's it from here. It's back to Ayodeji in Abuja.
All right, thank you very much, Amina, for that. For those reports from Kaduna. Let's continue from Abuja now and tell you that the Corps Marshal of the FRSC, Boboye Oyeyemi, has deployed safety engineers to Akungba to ascertain the causes of incessant trailer crashes that have bedeviled that particular route of the highway and recommend solutions. This is in addition to an ambulance rescue point earlier established close to the flash spot for prompt rescue operations. In a statement, the Corps Marshal says the initiative is part of efforts to mitigate incidences of crashes on the highways following the fatal multiple crash that killed several passengers, with others sustaining various degrees of injuries on Saturday, 23rd January 2021 along Ikare-Owo Road by Adekunle Ajashin University, Akungba. Regretting loss of lives and property as a result of truck crashes, Oyeyemi expressed satisfaction with the growing synergy and friendly collaboration of security agencies in Nigeria, as he praised the Nigerian Police Force, the Nigerian Army, and the Department of State Services, who played a vital role in assisting in the evacuation of the victims and ensuring adequate deployment of men to control traffic around the crash scene. With the deployment of these professional and certified safety engineers, the Corps Marshal expressed the confidence that the general factors responsible for road crashes on that route will surely be ascertained, and when that is done, necessary actions will be taken by appropriate agencies. As the coronavirus continues to ravage the world, attention is now shifted to the vaccine against the virus. While some countries have begun vaccinating its citizens, Nigeria is not left behind, as it is now set to receive the first set of 100,000 doses of Pfizer vaccine, which will be handled by the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency.
The coronavirus continues to ravage the world. Attention is now shifted to obtaining a vaccine against the virus. While some countries have begun vaccinating their citizens, Nigeria is not left behind, as it is now set to receive the first set of 100,000 doses of Pfizer-BioNTech's vaccine, which will be handled by the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency. Considering the fragile nature of the COVID-19 vaccine, NPHCDA has a 2100 meters ultra-cold chain store located along Airport Road, Abuja, which operates under -70 to -80 degrees Celsius, which the agency says it is more than enough to store and keep the vaccine potent, with similar facility in the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. While working on sharing formula for the vaccine across the country, the agency says it is also mindful of citizens' concern about the exigencies of the vaccine, and so it is working with other relevant agencies, especially NAFDAC, to certify the safety of the vaccine before it is administered on citizens. With more vaccines expected subsequently, about 70% of Nigerians are expected to be vaccinated within the first 2 years of its commencement. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
In another development, conspiracy theories surrounding COVID-19 vaccines have continued to spread, clouding people's judgments due to fear of the unknown. Fatima Sanusi Karaye reports that religious leaders in Kano State are taking different approach to educate people who are skeptical.
There's a bit of a conspiracy when we talk about this vaccine, because it's not your basic vaccine. I think I read something about a messenger RNA. Basically, I don't think I can take the vaccine.
24-year-old Adamu, whose work entails meeting with different caliber of people daily, stating his stand regarding COVID-19 vaccines. He is worried at the breakneck speed of the vaccine's clinical trials and subsequent authorization to be administered on humans. While Adamu is struggling, a number of people are sure and confident. The fear and being apprehensive of taking vaccines, experts believe, could be because of the perceived risks associated with immunization from ages past. But the danger of these infectious diseases are greater than that of the vaccines. Although the coronavirus vaccine trials happened within a short period, it underwent safety trials with research on cells and animals.
All the COVID-19 vaccines that have been manufactured, and we are expecting some to arrive in Nigeria, are both effective and safe.
However, here in Kano, religious leaders are taking a more targeted approach to reach different segments of population, creating awareness and assuring people of the safety of the vaccines.
And people shouldn't be afraid, because there is no government that would invite anything that would be to the detriment of the citizenry. I believe the prayer of the leadership of Nigeria is to see to the total well-being of her citizens.
Islam permits us, or rather obligate us, to take all major precautions and protections against the spreading pandemics, whatever it occurs.
For Adamu and his likes, to overcome this hesitancy could be a huge task ahead, as he believes his diligent use of protective measures will keep him safe. But how wrong could he be? In Kano, Fatima Sanusi Karaye.
Now, Nationwide continues in Makudi with Charles Abba. Hello, Charles. It's good to see you, and I'll take it up from here.
A warm welcome to Makudi. Barely 1 year after the world was struck with one of the deadliest scourges ever experienced, health experts have gone to work to find ways of curbing and ultimately eliminating the coronavirus pandemic, otherwise COVID-19. In spite of the havoc the virus has wreaked on countries across the globe, Some Nigerians seem to await personal experiences before buying into the various safety campaigns, as reported by Elias Itiav.
Since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, there were and still are associated myths, largely as a result of cultural and religious belief. The continuous rise in the cases of COVID-19 pandemic, like many other global pandemics, could be seen to be attitudinal.
I've not seen it. There's no way that COVID-19 really exists. They say they have cases which they have confirmed in Nigeria, in Lagos State. But there's no evidence that COVID-19 really exists. Though it exists, it is real. But I don't think it is in this country.
For other respondents, the coronavirus disease is largely for the elitist and the influential class.
My own belief that because of those big men, they are AC every day. AC in the house, AC for office, AC for car. That's why that is over them, more than us.
Yet, for some, its existence is a reality.
No, it's not meant for only rich people.
I've been seeing how people dying all over the state and people suffering.
What then is the perspective of the medical professionals on these myths associated with the pandemic?
I want to state categorically that COVID-19 is real. I have seen patients with it. I have had relatives with it. I have had close friends with it. I have had close colleagues that have died of it within the last few days or few weeks. So it's real and it's something we have seen. And it is still killing people in the society.
With the exponential rise in the cases and deaths across the world, there is need for caution, since there is now a meeting point between myth and realities. Hence, people should spread the message and not the virus, as coronavirus is real. In Makudi, Elias Itiav, NTA News.
Still on health, medical experts say the sudden change in weather condition in Makudi and its environs could be a trigger of illness for persons suffering from certain respiratory tract diseases that the public should be on the watch out. Correspondent Blessing Omeche Ebute reports on this.
Harmattan season, which usually starts from November in this part of the country, is characterized by cold temperature, especially at night, and early mornings with hazy and dusty weather. However, last year, there was no sign of harmattan as expected. Few days ago, there was a sudden change in the weather condition, forcing many to now have a new sense of dressing and making sellers of warm clothing have a field day.
People are rushing to buy clothes for cold because it's even the one that move market past right now.
The harmattan is much and the cold is too much, so I just have to protect myself because I always go out in the morning time.
The change in weather, experts say, comes with various health complications, particularly for persons suffering from respiratory tract diseases.
Those people that have underlying sickness like asthma and pneumonia, during these periods, their condition gets worsened. And you know, harmattan comes with its medical side effect, particularly those organs that are directly exposed to external environment.
The medical experts say particular attention should be paid to children and the elderly, as they are the most affected during this period. He added that since the weather comes with common cold, cough and catarrh, which are similar symptoms of COVID-19, people should stay hydrated, dress appropriately for the weather, and maintain a balanced diet. In Makudi, Blessing Omeche Ebute, NTA News.
And from the business platform comes a report that Makudi, the Benue State capital, has recently witnessed a proliferation of point-of-sale businesses, also known as POS. The question is, how profitable is the business and its availability to customers? Iverian Solomon samples the opinion of dealers and users of POS and their benefits thereof.
The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, introduced the point-of-sale known as POS system in 2012 to further drive home its cashless policy aimed at enhancing Nigeria's payment system. Since its introduction, it has recorded remarkable success in the country.
Instead of you to go to bank and go and form a queue, it's very easy. The difference is just that maybe you may climb a bike or you have your car, instead of you driving to the bank, you can just walk by and just pay the 100 naira or 200 naira.
It's faster, it's more convenient. I would have wasted a lot of money going to the bank now because my bank is not around this vicinity. So this place is closer to my office.
There's an extra charge if you use the POS. Some don't want to incur that cost. That's one. Others is the proximity. The ATM is closer to them than the POS. So these are just some of the reasons why people will come and queue up here.
The POS, also called agent banking business, is recently on the increase in the state. Mr. Ipole Henry, a POS operator, says many people are patronizing him as it is faster compared to ATM.
They prefer most times to do it with us, especially on the streets there. Comparing it with transport from there to here, then the crowd, most times the ATM machines are not loaded and all that. And every time we are there, like as I'm here now to get cash for my shop.
With the outbreak of COVID-19, most people prefer to patronize the POS as it enables easy service offering to a wide range of customers. In Makudi, Iverin Solomon, NTA News.
With that report, we are done from Makudi, but Nationwide continues in Abuja with Ayodeji Makinde after this break.
Nigerian youths are about the greatest assets the country has at the moment. It is therefore not surprising that the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari is strategically responding to the yearnings of the youth through multiple projects and programs. Youth entrepreneurship support years by Bank of Industry, the Youth Investment Fund by the CBN, and several other conditional cash transfer programs. Recruitment of 774,000 social workers, majority of whom are youths, and so many other projects that are beneficial to youths directly or indirectly. If the administration can do all this, definitely with a degree of patience and time, it can achieve more. Nigerian youths must come together to say no to terrorism, no to vandalism, and no to all disruptive tendencies. Hashtag Youth for Greater Nigeria. Pacifying the youths, unifying the nation.
From dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day, NTA International is with you in your living room, office, everywhere and anywhere. We provide the company you desire in terms of balanced and up-to-date news, programs, and the best of entertainment. Tune in to DSTV channel 251, GoTV channel 91, Freeview UK channel 264, or you can download www.visiontv.co.uk. App for iOS or Android. You can also see us on Facebook and YouTube for quality content on the go. NTA International, Africa's window to the world.
Although social media as a channel of communication is inherently harmless, it becomes harmful and damaging when used without discretion and thoughtfulness. Bad social media users spread rumors and fake news without verification. But good social media users stop, reflect, and verify information before sharing it. Be a good social media user. Stop the spread of fake news. Verify the authenticity of your source and use social media responsibly for a better Nigeria. This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, in collaboration with the National Orientation Agency.
Do you know that 35% of every girl child and women are raped on a daily basis? Some are killed in the process, some take their lives in shame, others remain emotionally dead for life. It is sad. This culture is not ours, definitely not African. How did we allow bad culture to infiltrate and take over? Even if you lack fear for the law, what of fear of God? And you, why do you cover up rape acts when it happens? Remember, a problem shared is a problem half solved. Never cover any rape act because a rapist is a murderer. It could be you or your loved ones next. Women must be treated like the prize gem they are. Say no to rape.
Glad you're still with us. Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Umara Zulum has praised Nigeria's security forces, Civilian Joint Task Force and Vigilante for successes been recorded in the country's counterinsurgency operations. The governor made the remark in southern Borno while presenting first-class staff of office to the 29th Emir of Biu, Mai Mustafa Umar Mustafa, whose coronation in Biu town attracted Nigerians from all walks of life. Muhammad Goni reports.
The Constitution. Mai Mustafa Umar Mustafa II, the 29th Emir of Biu, ascended to the throne of his ancestors that has existed for over 500 years following the demise of his father in September last year. Governor Babagana Umara, who congratulated the Emir on his installation, also charged him to consolidate on the foundation laid by his late father, Mai Umar Mustafa Aliu, by being just and fair and to carry everybody along, as well as promote development in education, health, agriculture and security.
The Emirate is one of the oldest, largest and highly populated Emirates Council in the state, with 4 local government areas, namely Biu, Haul, Payakutar and Bayo local government areas. The Emirate today remains the economic hub and agricultural backbone of Borno State, as the people are mostly agrarian who produce appreciable percentage of agricultural products for the state and the entire country at large.
The governor used the occasion to praise the Nigerian armed forces and other security operatives, vigilante and members of the civilian JTF on the recent successes they have been recording in the fight against insurgency in Borno, assuring continued support to the ongoing counter-insurgency operations to restore peace to the state. In Maiduguri, Muhammad Goni, NTA News.
Now let's quickly take a look at the world of sports, because match day 6 of the Nigeria Professional Football League is ongoing across different match centers nationwide. And of